Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Sheet Radio Raw Post Show Rewind for July the 22nd, 2024. I am Tyler, the Pro Wrestling Hipster, here with Little Molly Holly, and of course...
How's it going, guys? Caesar hanging out here with the man, the one, we get it right. There you go. The Pro Wrestling Hipster and host of many of our DSR shows. Tyler hanging out talking about some Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about that thing that we love so much, the sport of professional wrestling. But before we get into tonight's proceedings and talk about the main event, we have to give a quick shout out to our partner on the web, comicbookclick.com. That's comicbookclick.com/Dirt Sheet Radio for all of your comic book, pop culture, and professional wrestling needs. Folks, we've got live updates, articles, lots of fun stuff. Check it out. Make it your homepage just like we have. Not because we're legally obligated to do so, but because we love it. So check it out, folks. And while you're there, be sure to take a look at our sponsor, NordVPN, where if you sign up to the site for 1 full year, you can get 72% off that first month. You did not hear that incorrectly, folks. 72% off. So go ahead and go do that right now. Well, not right now. Wait until after we, do the show here. And
hang out with us first.
Go do it. Unless you're really, really good at multitasking, and in which
like our host, like our director is.
Like our director is. Yes, he is. I learned over the weekend that.
Hold on. Look at the chat. Look what Donald Trump posted.
Well, I mean, it's certainly.
What's the difference from now?
Why would you do that?
He's probably lying, but that is pretty sure that was a 2009 Raw storyline. Fairly certain that was something.
He did present it commercial free, if I do recall. It was huge.
It was the first episode in the worst era.
How do we keep losing John
in the history of my?
Yeah, it was something. Commercial free. They gave the audience their money back for their tickets that night. It was something. It was something for sure. But you know what? We're not here to talk about the guest host era of Monday Night Raw.
Nope.
We're here to talk about tonight's Monday Night Raw. And Caesar, tonight's main event featured the teaming of the main event Jey Uso with Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn against Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Pretty decent match here. Uso and Zayn pick up the win in just about 16 minutes. And then there was a little bit of a scuffle after the match. Well, some
Say it.
Such good shit, pal.
Oh yeah.
But what'd you think of tonight's main event tag team match, man?
It was cool to see. Almost said some other name accident. It was cool to see Sammy and Uso back together for the first time in a few years, maybe.
Not quite that long, but it's been a month. They've been they hang out backstage a lot.
No, but
they work well
the vibe.
Together.
Yeah, the vibe at the beginning of the match or beginning of the entrances was super cool. Them coming to the entrance
during the match.
Yeah, that was cool too. Actually, it was a good match. It wasn't trying to do anything too crazy. It wasn't anything too wild. It just served its purpose as a match, a good actual main event. So, and then of course the other proceedings happening in the match, like the ending, for example.
Yeah. So shortly after there, Breaker, I'd say sneaks into the ring. It is still sneaking, but damn, is it really sneaking if you're that fast at it? Comes in, spears the ever-loving hell out of Sami Zayn as Raw goes off the air.
If we had the we have the Pat McAfee Tron. If I had one of those, I would circle the picture of Breaker at the start of the ring running across and say that's probably been his worst spear I've seen him do. And he's done some pretty good ones. I've seen ones where people have actually went flying back. This one right here, see? He just line it up and does his little face and then boof. Where other ones, it looks like he's folded his opponent in half.
Well, Braun Breaker's worst spear is still, better than Goldberg's best. So.
Oh no, better than Goldberg's, better than Roman's. I don't know about Edge's, but still.
My only issue with Edge's spear, Adam Copeland, folks, over the years,
person
has really been more like his body type for doing a spear.
Yeah, no, I get that.
It's like it always to me came across as more of like a running bony hug.
Should that be Braun Strowman's their move?
No, Braun Strowman's move should be the unemployment line.
The sit down.
Yes, Mac, yeah, folks, milestone for Dirt Sheet Radio.
That?
You know, we don't like to toot our own horn, but toot. 150,000 subscribers strong over on Facebook for Dirt Sheet Radio, guys, and we appreciate that. That is fantastic. But yeah, Max, thank you for the shout out on that. but yeah, the main event, it was serviceable, as we like to say. It furthered some storyline, some angle. Caesar, do you think they pull the trigger with Breaker? And we will talk about Breaker. He is the #1 contender for the IC title as it currently stands. We'll talk about his match with the Ilya Dragunov here a little bit later. But do you think at SummerSlam they finally pull the trigger here and put that strap on Breaker?
I have two ways of explaining this one. One, yes, because insert like matches he could do, and then if they don't, what are they doing? So I'm gonna go with an easy answer, yes. Because nothing against Sammy, but give him a month off, few weeks, something.
The loss wouldn't hurt Sammy. I
no,
think
exactly.
That's safe to say.
He would just go take a break. That's it.
Question for you guys: what are we thinking with this tag championship match that Sami Zayn and Jey Uso have apparently now earned? Is it just a slick way to do the same match next week and have Braun Strowman interference again, or are they actually doing something bloodline related, close to I was gonna say SummerSlam, where with the potential not even just a return of Roman, but just the idea that the bloodline is going to be in the main event there, and there might be a new chapter to that. Are we reminding folks of the connection? Is that what's happening here?
I can see it.
Yeah, I think they are reminding folks of the connection. There was I can't remember what it was now. It was a week or two ago. There was just kind of like throwaway line on Raw relating to the issue, the bloodline and Jay. I can't remember what it was offhand now, but I think they are trying to remind folks of that a little bit there. I think that them beating them to get kind of a tag title shot, it is just going to be used as kind of a backdrop for a main story. I don't see them putting the belts on them or anything like that. At least I would hope. I mean, they did that with Cody and Jay. For like 2 weeks?
That was so weird. So weird. But they did get the Yeet thing, and honestly, at this point, I kind of feel like that's like an Oppenheimer moment. Like maybe we shouldn't have gotten that over so hard. This motherfucker can only say Yeet now. We have anchored him. We have tied an anchor to his leg. Are you okay, Jay? Like it's a super serious moment. And are you okay, Jay? Yeet. Oh, get the fuck out of here, man.
It's like, dude, well, apparently it can be used as any
literally
speech. It is a noun. It's an adjective. It's a verb. It's present tense, past tense. It's everything. It's interesting because like Yeet. Now, guys, I'm old. Okay. All right, I'm 39. That's ancient on the internet. Okay, Yeet to me was like you throw it, you get rid of it. That's what Yeet was, right? That's what Yeet meant.
Yeah, I mean that is what it means. That's what it meant when he started doing it. It's just like,
but now funny. It no longer just means that. Yeet is just it's yes, it's no, it's I'm horny, I'm hungry, I need a nap. It's all of those things. Don't make that face, Caesar. He's used Yeet in a horny way towards Rhea Ripley, and he has.
It's an adjective, a noun, it's a verb.
Next week it's a
sex
pronoun.
word.
Of all things, I didn't think I was going to rant for 45 seconds about Yeet.
Can we play that back quickly?
No, we will not. We're live, pal. But no, I think
Identify
that
as
tag match. I think the tag match is just going to be used as kind of the backdrop to further,
and then
either the bloodline angle and kind of get him back involved that way, or again just have Breaker run in and just shellac everybody again.
if you're talking about the bloodline kind of situation, what if like they got the match next week on the Go Home Raw, and Jimmy shows up?
Jimmy's been absent.
You know, add to the bloodline storyline.
The bloodline storyline.
Like he screws them over and goes, "I'll see you guys on SmackDown," and then leaves.
Yeah, but like I feel like if he showed back up on SmackDown, he's gonna get the shit kicked out of him by the Bloodline 2.0.
You never know. Or maybe Jimmy helps him. I don't know.
I was gonna say there's no room in the story for that, right? Because you've got the bloodline thing going on. You figure they wanna reunite. You know, the original bloodline. Hopefully, no Yeet involved.
No Yeet.
But there's gonna be Yeet somehow.
There's always Yeet.
Also,
always Yeet.
If Roman Reigns says Yeet, I'll shut this whole shit down.
No, John! Acknowledge Yeet.
Oh yeah, I'm shutting this down and I'm live streaming myself driving off a bridge.
Velma and Louise style.
POV angle of it, everything.
Oh, good lord.
Also, did this Spanish fly that they hit? Does it look like like Sammy landed awkwardly?
A little bit on his side there, but it was, it's a quick twist rotation. He's a professional. I trust him.
I'm just because I have some shoulder pains, so I'm like looking at it like, oh god, that's all.
Hey, I'm sure that Jey Uso will have something by SummerSlam.
Can't compete for a year now.
Week. We got the Go Home show next week on Sci-Fi, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm worried about that because like up here I don't have Sci-Fi up here that I'm aware of.
Is it? Well, I wonder if it would be different because you don't watch it on USA.
No.
I think you're exempt from this, Caesar.
No, but you never know, right? I'm looking ahead on purpose.
You will be okay, Caesar, because you don't air the Olympics on your channel when they give Raw. So you'll just watch Raw. I know everything.
Turn on.
He's Johnny fucking Dirt Sheets. He knows everything.
I don't see the F word in his name.
Well, I can't fit it. It's character limit.
Yeah. Well, once we're on Netflix,
Can we start saying swear words?
Start saying swear words. All right. Anything else on the main event, brother? Or are we ready to hop around to the start of the show?
I am curious to see where everything goes next week in regards to the little things they intertwined into tonight's main event.
Yeah.
But of course, we gotta wait till next week on the Go Home show.
Anywho, but that is going to take us around to the top of the show, folks. Tonight, Monday Night Raw came to us live from Green Bay, Wisconsin, at the Resch Center. The show opened with Gunther making
hold on
his way to the ring.
I have one thing about this picture. I'm not laughing about that. What I'm laughing about is like, so with Gunther coming out, right? I had my phone. I was in my room watching. I went to turn the feed on. It had like the then, now, all that shit, right? And it was laggy. And then all of a sudden, it cuts to Gunther in the ring, not talking, booing, and I'm like, the transition's so weird.
Well, I mean, it was. Yeah, all you missed was him walking out, really.
Yeah, but I'm seeing the way it cut. That's what I'm seeing.
Then, now.
Yeah, he's like, it's like, what the anyways, back to you. Go through the ring, yeah.
Yeah, so Gunther comes out and he cuts a very scathing heel promo.
So a Gunther promo.
Yeah, a Gunther promo. He calls the audience street trash. He calls out Damian Priest. And Damian Priest, again, like last week, this was the case, showed so much fire, so much personality, so much just oomph behind that.
Seems organic.
Yeah.
I feel like we can't gloss over the fact that Gunther called this formerly homeless man in real life on live TV. that when Damian Priest came out and didn't say anything and just started fighting him, that's why. That's insane, dog.
Yeah, I would assume that would have been cleared, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Funny as hell.
But he just comes out, fist swinging. They brawl through the break. They cut. Coming back from the break, Jackie Roman's trying to get over with Gunther, and bam, Priest jumps him again. They both are eventually kicked out of the venue for the evening due to the amount of physicality between them. But I said this on the Book of Face. I think it is just an absolute shame that thank you that in Priest's title run, which has been just viciously lackluster, now they're making him interesting. Now they're deciding to let him have fire. Now they're letting him show something when he's going to drop the GD belt to Gunther in a week.
You never know, though. Which is the messed up part.
You're right. That's what somebody said to me too. But it feels like that's the way they're leaning, and I'm kind of irritated about this because he's had the belt for a minute now, about 4 months, and it's not been good. We've talked about how he's not looked strong, how weak he's looked, how unimportant he seemed, and finally, they're making him important, and it's gonna be gone.
What if I completely agree with you that this Damian Priest, look at him. He looks like you actually want to sit there and go, okay, let him cook. It sounds like he's gonna say some stuff. Gunther is just Gunther being a dick, or sorry, being a DICK, and and his aura, to be technical, it seems real. It seems entertaining. I don't want to call him bisexual Undertaker anymore. I want to call him I wouldn't say a champion, but more tolerable. More, I actually want to sit and listen.
This feels, and I don't know Damian Priest personally. Obviously, we don't hang out.
The pro wrestling hipster does.
Yeah, no, he doesn't either. But this seems to me more in line with who he is. This just feels so much more natural. Like you said, this feels so much more organic for him as a character. And it's just much more entertaining. And I'm so mad that this isn't the Damian Priest that we got for this entire title run.
Caesar mentioned that, and you said someone told you earlier that you just never know. And that made me kind of think, is there even a way? Is there any way for Gunther to lose this match? Because I don't see
not and lose a lot, and that's the thing. They've kind of booked themselves into this corner where Priest has to lose. That was one of the reasons why I figured just put the belt back on Rollins and let Gunther take it from Rollins, and then just rehab Priest from there. But Priest losing to Gunther is going to hurt Priest. Gunther losing to Priest is going to hurt Gunther. It's not.
I think they've got an easier way out with Priest. I think you've got multiple story angles that you can do with Priest that don't feel like a weird swerve. Balor, you got that going on. Gunther has nothing else behind his path to the world title. If something costs him, it seems like weird Vince Russo style out of nowhere. Bro. It's like it's a very straightforward. He should win this, but I kind of worry. I don't know, man. Triple H has been weird with straightforward in his time since he's taken over.
And am I alone in feeling that the last couple weeks for Priest he's been almost a completely different character?
No, you're not alone.
No, it's like they shifted, they hit a switch, and he was they're like, you're a babyface now, and somehow that unlocked this new dimension.
Entertaining dimension.
It might just be Gunther cooking the shit out of him, because Gunther is just like, you are poor, you are dirt poor. Get a job.
Maybe that's bringing a fire. Maybe that's bringing a fire out of him. And that's entirely possible. A lot of times, an opponent can bring something out, but he's just been so damn good the last couple weeks.
It's gonna suck now seeing him lose the title, and you know what? That's probably the goal. In that, even if you didn't care that he was champion, now at the end, you're gonna regret that you didn't care. You're gonna be sad that it happened, and Gunther's gonna look like an asshole because he's privileged and he just beat on this man after calling him poor and calling his friends street trash. It's hilarious, actually. I do want to see that.
So, I guess you could say the only way we can get out of this corner is Gunther wins by dirty mains.
Which, I mean, Gunther's going to be strong regardless of probably how he would win a match. It's really what he does after it. I like the Balor route. They've been laying that seed for a while.
I'm 100% on that one. I mean, the other crazy one is, isn't Kaiser still on the injury list, or is he finally better, I wonder?
I mean, what was it? He didn't have a broken rib or something like that?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to Tiffany Stratton's profile much.
Here, I'm genuinely shocked to hear that you are not paying very close attention to Tiffy's IG.
It's Tiffy time. Anyways,
it's always Tiffy time. But yeah, I'm a lot more invested in this match now than I was even a couple weeks ago. Honestly, I didn't even want this to be the SummerSlam match. You know, if you go back and watch the rewinds from a month ago, I was, like I said, beating the drum that it should have been Rollins and Gunther. But I
think we all were, actually.
Yeah. But like I'm excited for this. But like I said, I'm excited, but also a little saddened because I like what they're doing with Priest as champion now. He should have been a damn babyface champion the whole time.
No, it's again, to kind of paraphrase the whole team here. Everyone is like saying, you know, he with this new aura, with this new angle he's going through, it's way more entertaining. I actually don't want to throw a rock at the TV. He stopped saying "All rise for El Campeon."
Yeah, as that, he's not even dressing Judgment Day at this point.
He's dressing. Dare you almost go into NXT? I was gonna say his NXT character, going farther back. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm not saying completely full send that way. I'm saying like he's bridging the gap. It's cool,
and he even just looks so much more natural holding the championship now than he did.
Dare we say like a champion?
Oh, like there's like just an assertiveness. You know, I hate to use the phrase alpha male, but like in the context of this, that's what it is.
I 100% he does seem that way. It's great. It looks
good. It's great. It's great. But let's move on to the first match we had on the card tonight for number one contendership of the Intercontinental Championship. Ilya Dragunov taking on Braun Breaker. This match went right around 13 minutes when it was stopped due to the referee stepping in when it was determined that Ilya could not continue after that nasty bump hitting his head on the ring apron there.
Side question for you for a second. I didn't watch it myself, but I did see some clips. So Saturday on our other side, AEW Collision, Sky Blue got injured. Tonight, Dragonov got hurt. Is there like a chain starting? Is tomorrow something going to get hurt too?
That was looked like part of the show tonight.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually hurt. It was just
I'm just saying, like, if it was real, it's like, ugh, oof.
I hope not.
I know, so I'm saying we don't want injuries. I mean, we want kayfabe injury, but not real. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But still, pretty damn brutal.
It looked nasty, but if you look back there, when the impact was
Cuddles.
more on his shoulders and upper back.
I hope.
Dragunov and Braun Breaker work very, very well together, and I think trust one another very, very
almost too good.
Explicitly. So it's a brutal looking spot, but they're both brutal stiff wrestlers.
I bet you anything that Ilya's gonna want to like sit on like some kind of like bed for about an hour and recover.
Oh, they beat the hell out of each other for sure, and it's believable too. Like they put on great matches every single time they have worked with one another. But on the main roster, down at NXT, put on some friggin' smoke shows. Like they've worked.
They were never on Level Up. No way.
Level Up. Not to my knowledge were they on Level Up.
Yeah, I never watched Level Up because I have this thing called a flagship show that does that already for us.
We do cover that now, guys. So we appreciate everybody that tuned in.
You guys should check out the first episode. It was good. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this stuff goes. One week from Saturday, when we have the actual the number one contender, Braun Breaker, with Sammy. That
Now, do you think we do? He is the number one contender as it is right now. We do have one more week before SummerSlam actually takes place. Do you see them working Ilya Dragunov into that Intercontinental Championship?
I don't want to say yes, but it is the biggest party of the summer. So maybe I don't know. I'm on the fence.
I don't advocate for multi-man matches, but
or tag team turmoils. We know your favorite thing: tag team turmoils, shitty gimmicks, and about 10 other things. We know.
Vikings. I don't normally advocate for multi-man matches, but I wouldn't be angry if they found a way to get Dragunov into that.
But the question is, then, if you put the three of them in this match, who's taking the pin? So I feel like Braun's, if they give it to Braun, like the win, should Sammy take the pin? It wouldn't hurt.
You know what? With you saying that, don't put Dragunov into it, because Dragunov, if they put him into a triple threat, I feel like he'd be there to take the pin,
which is not a good thing.
Which would hurt him more than it would, far more than it would hurt Sammy if that were the case.
Exactly.
So yeah, you know what? Just keep that one-on-one. Let Breaker. I almost just want Breaker to go in there and run him over in like 9 seconds. Just
9?
Really into 9, specifically 9. But that includes the 3 count. So it's really a 6-second thing.
Maybe give Dragunov the first match against him as champ.
Find his way back up there somehow, yeah. Like, because he can, I'm just looking at him sideways down there.
I love his guy. He's like,
he sells hurt so well, it's scary.
I hate it.
I get worried all the time. But he can, he can make a point that, he didn't lose the match. And baby faces don't typically make excuses like that, but he could have been like, look, the ref only got to 3. I had 7 more seconds to get back in that ring before it was determined I couldn't continue. That's BS. Give me my title match. So you can definitely go that route with it.
I'm waiting for that one time. And in this new era of pro wrestling, we don't advocate for these kind of things. But I feel like if he got a belt shot to the face, that he would sell this way too well. Like, he would not move, and it'd be so scary.
Oh yeah, he's great at selling. Like
also,
to the point that I worry, like in a Daniel Bryan way, or sorry, Bryan Danielson.
Are they the same guy?
It's a WWE show, guys. So I try to keep it kayfabe for here.
Kayfabe.
But yeah, fantastic match. Looking forward to Sammy and Breaker, or hey, if they do for some reason or some way.
No, we're doing.
No. I know. I'm just saying this is one of the rare instances where I would be okay.
If it becomes a triple threat, we're blaming Tyler. Find out next triple threat.
I don't know.
This is the one time you make this prediction and CJ's not here. Well, see that meme right there of Kazuchika Okada is the perfect meme. But anyways.
But going from there, backstage, the Judgment Day hanging out in their clubhouse with the ceiling, with a door, with a lock. That's why R-Truth hasn't been in there in a while, But they're hanging out playing video games. All the time. Maybe he's just creeping. I loved the touch in this. They're playing WWE 2K, and they're just shellacking Jey Uso back there. It's the little things, folks. It's the little things they work into some of these segments that really make me smile, and I appreciate things like that. But yes, one of 5 or 6 or 10 Judgment Day segments.
I don't even know anymore. We lose track.
It is Judgment Day show. It really is.
But they have side plates.
They do have side plates.
Do we get side plates?
So Dom Mysterio was talking to Rhea. He was concerned about some of the interactions that she's had with Jey Uso on social media.
Yeet.
Yeah, wanting to go to the Waffle House.
Monday Night Yeet. Yeet
Monday
mommy.
Night Yeet. Well, this is Dirt Yeet Radio? Is that what you said you wanted to read?
I'm not saying it. Sean didn't like it.
Dirt Yeet Radio. Folks.
No, the best one I put was Yeet Yeet Yeet.
Yeet Yeet Yeet. Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
So anyway, so Rhea was telling folks they need to handle the Jey Uso problem. So Scooby-Doo style, Judgment Day is going to go track down Jey Uso.
They need Scooby-Doo-esque music for that kind of shit. Like something along the line.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like,
okay, Dom, come on.
They literally split up. Looking.
Wait. Hold on. If they split up, right? Who's Fred? Who's Daphne? And who's everybody else?
Actually, didn't realize he set Dom up.
He said what?
Clearly and fully. I didn't realize that. Finn Balor, set Dom up in that whole way with Liv, like a bro or a piece of trash. I'm not sure though.
I think it's the second one. I think Finn's making a play for the Judgment Day. It's gonna be his Judgment Finment Day.
Finment Day.
Balor?
I'll go with Finment Day. That's
Finment Day.
I love Thin Mints.
Not Thin Mints. Oh God. But after Backstage, we had Drew McIntyre speaking with Adam Pearce and a couple of referees.
Oh boy.
Pearce and Drew shook hands, and this is when Cole mentioned that CM Punk arrived earlier in the day and will be there later tonight. So a little hype for that segment later. Still hanging out in the backstage area. Apparently, it is Akira Tozawa's birthday today.
39.
That's how old I am. Me and Tozawa same age. Interesting enough, it's also, I believe, is today Shawn Michaels' birthday as well?
HBK.
Yes, it is.
HBK.
The chef.
The Heartbreak
of NXT. Well, he's a little old to be the Heartbreak Kid. These days, it's more of the Heartburn guy, probably. But
Heartburn Grandpa.
Yeah, Yeet. Did you say the Yeet Break Kid?
No.
But Yeet.
The Heartbreak Yeet.
The Yeet Chin music.
Sweet Chin Yeet. Sweet Yeet.
Sweet Yeet. Oh, that's Sweet Yeet. Guys, we'll stop. So sorry. Slobber Yeeter knocker.
He beat you to it.
But it's Akira Tozawa's birthday. He blew out the candles, and then Otis started eating the cake.
You know what's actually really funny? My boss got a cake for her birthday. No, and she got a cake. It was made of cupcakes, so it was a pull apart.
Mm-hmm.
I actually took like 4. I had to. It was free.
Well, you spend a lot of time in the gym. It evens out.
Yeah, true. I just go there. That's all I do.
To eat cupcakes? you walk around the gym eating cupcakes, just pissing people off?
No.
Such a heel. Such a heel. But
playing.
But yeah, so he ate the frosting. Tozawa ate some of the frosting and cake. He did his dance. They said it was nasty, and yeah, we're back to doing these segments again. So
honestly,
so glad.
I'm glad they're separating the two.
Yeah. Well, I mean, truth be told, the goofy Alpha Academy segments and the goofy New Day style segments are basically the same kind of segments. By the way, did Maxine beat the hell out of Jamiroquai to get that outfit tonight?
Honestly, when I saw that, I had the exact same thoughts. Except, you know that song Little L from Jamiroquai? You probably heard it about a billion times, but as soon as I saw that outfit, the beat from the beginnings came in my head, and I was like...
Jamiroquai time. It ain't Tiffy time, it's Jamiroquai time.
Do you know that the song Virtual Insanity, where the floor is sliding?
It was a huge hit for them. That was such a cool video too.
I heard Maxine wants to do that next week. She's gonna stand in a room.
If that's her gimmick, I'm all for it.
She's a tracksuit. She's a tracksuit.
Very pro Maxine. If that's gonna be.
Do Adidas make heels? We need suits.
All right, folks, we're going to move into our next match on that. Lyra Valkyria still hanging out with Katana
with her best friends.
Carter. taking on Sonya Deville, hanging out with her actual friends there, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Guys, again, I would like to just state for the record, I would prefer for Lyra Valkyria to be far, 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 far away from Chance and Carter.
Farther than Star Wars, far, far away. Like,
Galaxy.
That.
Are way out there. But unfortunately, I'm not getting my wish with that.
Okay. The one thing I will say, the one thing I will say that was cool, like it's later on, is when she did the whole save thing, she actually kicked some ass. It wasn't just like, oh my god, we're here. All this shit. Oh my god. Do we talk about this part?
We acknowledge.
Oh, sorry.
We acknowledge.
Do we
the
John,
line.
you do this too?
Yeah, Sonya Deville picks up her first win in how long? Very long time here.
You said
thereabouts.
It's
been
that in the chat?
83 years. But beats Lyra Valkyria, which I wouldn't have preferred to happen, but here we are. The guitar distracted me. I apologize. That came out of nowhere.
Let her unplugged, so it's not me.
Okay, well, I assumed. Yeah, I like the grouping of Deville, Baszler, and Stark quite a bit. Quite a bit. I like it. However, I don't want them to use like Valkyria as a sacrificial lamb here. And I feel like she's going to get pulled down by Carter and Chance. Carter and Chance are as over as a deflated basketball. And it just is, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh on them. But, like, I just feel like it hasn't really clicked for them since they
You're not being harsh enough. It's not their fault, though. But you're not
being
harsh enough.
You know why? They're so exciting. I'll say that very loosely. Is because they don't have a damn team name. Well,
that's part of the issue. They've got some really fun moves and some cool tandem.
Their tandem moves are fire to watch.
Yeah, but like not having a proper tag team and really
the only way I could compare it to is like if every week we're like, here's John, Tyler, Caesar, and CJ every week and saying that. Instead of like being like, hey, we're here, Dirt Sheet Radio, live on Monday, live every day on the show. I mean, what?
They worked so well at NXT, and you know, CJ and I have talked about this quite a bit
every Tuesday.
About how some gimmicks work well in NXT and don't translate well to the main roster, and somewhere with them, there's just been this big disconnect, and it's not working.
The one thing they did maybe well was they changed her name from Casey Catanzaro to Katana Chance. Why is that well? Because for the longest time I couldn't say her friggin' name. That's the only thing I couldn't.
Flow better. That is true.
Like, yeah. I'm sorry, but when I first heard it, I was like Casey Case. What the hell's her name? Now I'm like, yeah, it's Casey Catanzaro. Or now they changed it to Kaden or Katana Chance, and I'm like, yeah, I quit. It's like,
yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the pairing of the three of them, but I don't like.
I just like first win in forever, guys.
Yeah, we were all shocked.
The other two are like, we had a win a few weeks ago.
Did Sonya Deville not squash Zelina Vega last week? Didn't she beat her in 1 minute? And they broke her fucking arm or something? That's what she was on here.
I thought the match was with Stark.
Was it? Last week?
Yeah,
that was tonight. No, that was tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she got buried, and I was like, "Wow, the fuck was she in the ring so fast?" I probably gotta Google that, but I'm fairly certain she.
I normally can go back in my notes. I changed notebooks over the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
God dang. Wait, I guess I took notes. I have a website.
I was gonna say I can get this here on what I have on the computer. It's gonna take me a second to pull back.
Yeah, because Zelina Vega roasted her backstage and she talked about her forehead. and her eyebrows and all that shit. Yeah, hell yeah. And then she pinned her in like 1 minute.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought that. God, shows you how memorable that was.
Yeah, no, it sucked
last week.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said that this last week and the week before, like these last few Raws have just felt so
lackluster,
we're just spinning in the mud. We're moving forward like 3 inches every week, for in whatever stories we're doing. And I don't know why it feels that way. They were doing so well for so long, and I don't know why it's at kind of a stall point.
Love you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was talking to my daughter. I want to say I was feeling that way more for SmackDown than Raw, but the difference between Raw and SmackDown, the only difference is that on Raw they can have longer matches. So I'm like, okay, this is more palatable for me. I at least get a 12-minute Braun Breaker earlier Dragonov match, but you're absolutely right. All of it seems to be low heading into SummerSlam, and I'm pretty sure SummerSlam will. That's why I have a very big feeling like Roman is coming back, because I know like SummerSlam is going to end with this big addition to the TV show headed into the fall season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're definitely what's the word? Coasting.
Yeah.
Right now.
Resting on their laurels,
Yeah.
They've slammed it in cruise control.
Stinky.
Yeah, and it's like, and hey, guys, I say this a lot. I have not felt that way about NXT.
Nope.
But Raw's been it's been a long 3 hours the last couple of weeks. But hey, that being said, we're going to keep plodding forward through this 3 hours. All right. So next we did have our weekly edition of the Wyatt Sicks very spooky VHS cassettes that are now being delivered directly to the home addresses of Pat McAfee or Michael Cole, I'm not sure. This week's focused on Nikki Cross's character, which they did they at any point during this say it was Nikki Cross?
Those I don't remember.
Yeah. So,
but I also had to get coffee, so that kind of didn't help.
Not Joe Coffey of Gallus, right?
No, God no.
But yeah, it was. There wasn't a whole lot to it. This was the shortest one they've done so far, but it was still eerie and still sufficiently spooky. I mean, it's clearly Nikki Cross, but I don't think they said her name outright. But.
Maybe because they want them to call her sister Abigail instead. That's why. Like they're trying to push that instead of saying Nikki.
I don't know, but it was spooky. It was spooky, and again, we say this every week. They're, incredibly well put together.
I still say, and this is not trying to be biased, but the Bo Dallas stuff has been the best out of the whole group.
Agreed.
Like I said, not trying to be biased.
That Eric Rowan interview was pretty heart wrenching.
Yo, like I'm trying to say, like, and altogether, they've all been good. They've been great. Sorry, but like. The Bo Dallas stuff, like when he had the interview with himself the first time around, I'm sorry, but if you could keep a straight face or not cry a little bit, something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
The Eric Rowan stuff, oh shit, that was heavy too. And then Nikki Cross stuff was,
That's good. Yeah. It's spooky. Not as heavy, not nearly close to that, but like
it did fit
and definitely fun.
Yeah, it did fit the palette.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. But moving from there, we had Cult of Personality.
Yeah, I went
Punk.
I went and cried for 15 minutes.
That was a long cry, Caesar. Didn't need to be that long. But CM Punk
did Punk's appearance
way to the ring. Oh my gosh, you were just being so mean to CM.
You know what's ironic? I have a coworker named Phil who has the same kind of like attitude. He's also fragile.
Oh man. Hopefully he's not watching this.
No, he doesn't even know what pro. He thinks we're still in the WWF.
The Panda people?
Yeah, he still thinks we're in that era of wrestling.
Okay, Panda.
And he still thinks. I'll get into it another time. But anyways, so we got Pepsi Cola Phil Brock's here.
Phil Brock's Lesnar. But he comes out, cuts a promo
He
saying
needs
that
to
he
stop
has
wearing
been,
that shirt.
saying that he has been cleared medically to compete in the ring. So he will be facing Drew McIntyre.
Did you hear? I've been medically cleared to eat bath soap. Oh wait, that's right. No one cares.
Jesus, I think they do care that he's been medically cleared to compete against Drew McIntyre.
He's probably been cleared for like 6 months. They just use it to kayfabe. Like, I'm sorry, but this whole Punk bullshit is really annoying to me. Because, like, you know what's gonna happen? You can quote me if you guys want on the stream. I was gonna say now, I'll be the
we will. You're being recorded. This is for posterity, sir.
Yeah, this is also for my tax credit. Thank you very much. No, like, honestly, just go with it. I don't get it either. I'm just saying it now. Okay, we're gonna have a sweet match at whatever it's called this year, and it's gonna go down. Shit's gonna go sideways. Someone's gonna get hurt or not, and then somehow Phil Brooks here is gonna get completely destroyed and be like, "I'm out for 4 months, guys. Sorry." Like, that's all I'm saying.
So
like,
you think that Punk gets hurt in this match with Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam?
Yeah, but then they play it off like he's fine, and then like a week later, oh guys, I'm sorry, I have to retire, blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. I got a friend of mine that comments on the Dirt Sheet Radio page and says that like Phil's the best wrestler in the world. Yeah.
There are people that actually still think that and believe that about Phil Brooks.
And Wayne Gretzky is still the best NHL player.
Well, he can be the greatest of all time, but
yeah,
not.
No, that's what I'm saying. You know? In the current bastion, no. Like, there's guys like Americans, Canadians, and Europeans that are a lot better. But back to this exciting promo from Phil.
Ends up calling out Drew McIntyre. You saw there he was taping up his wrists, ready to rock.
He's fragile.
Or roll.
Rock and fall over.
Oh my gosh! Good album. It's a Kiss album, by the way.
Yeah, it was good at one. Yeah.
But he calls out comes Drew, and before the men can square off, a swarm of referees and local wrestling security guards come down to stop. Out comes Pearce, makes it official. So they're really still pushing the "it's official" thing with Pearce. They should start selling "it's official" T-shirts.
Right.
He makes it official,
even.
And he announces that the special guest referee will be none other than Shawn freaking Rollins, reminiscent of SummerSlam '97.
Damn.
Where we had Undertaker taking on Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels was the guest referee for that. Was that '97?
Yes, it was, but no CTE headshot this time.
No, oh god, I had no joke. So if folks you recall that time frame, there were two versions of the magazine that the WWF put out at the time. They had the WWF magazine, and they had Raw magazine, and Raw magazine was a little more adult, but there was a fold-out poster in that Raw magazine of that chair shot to Taker, and I was on my wall all through high school. That was a nasty looking chair shot too. But Seth freaking Rollins, or as he will be called once we're in the Netflix era, Seth fucking Rollins.
No, plot twist. We go to the Netflix era, and he's just called Seth Rollins.
Just Seth Rollins. He's Tyler Black again.
Seth
Seth Franklin Rollins. But he will be the special guest referee, and I would like to know where Seth Rollins bought leather bell-bottom pants in 2024. But Caesar, I can kind of assume how you felt about it for the most part. But what'd you think about this this interview segment here and the story unfolding with Seth being the guest referee?
To say it like the man himself said it a couple weeks ago or whenever it was when the Wyatts debut, I can't do this. I quit. I'm walking off the stage. I don't want, like, I'm sorry, but oh my god, that sign in the background. I just saw it.
I can't believe that sign is still making its way, like in various ways, hearkening back to years and years and years ago.
I was trying to be serious.
When that fan boldly stood up for what he believed in and proclaimed that Goldberg eats corn the long way. And that
I've seen that one too.
Wow. I can't believe that still lives.
If I'm trying to be like actually serious about this, Seth's gonna screw somebody over in that match at SummerSlam.
Maybe
but
he
I don't
calls
know.
it right down the middle.
No, I see him screwing somebody or both of them over, and then keep it in the middle. But yeah,
he hates them both. So. Well,
I think he hates CM Punk more, but he hates both of them.
Maybe. But moving on, we had another Judgment Day segment backstage. We saw a little bit of the clip of this from earlier.
What number are we on now? 45 out of 100? No, 65. 700?
422.
420.
But we saw a little bit of this earlier. It was the Scooby-Doo-esque segment as they split up, and around the corner was Liv Morgan.
Whoa.
And of course, she and Dom get caught in their conversation, and again, leading to more consternation between the Judgment Day. Back in the backstage, we had Kathy Kelly interviewing Sami Zayn and asking if he is concerned about Braun Breaker earning that title shot against him. And Zayn's not concerned. He can take on any challenger, and he's prepared. What you think of the Sami Zayn interview segment here, Caesar?
It's cool to see that Sammy's keeping to the whole persona of being a confident champion rather than being like, oh man, I'm scared. Oh god. I mean, I'd be pretty paranoid, standing by Kathy Kelly too. No.
Now, during the interview, there was a scuffle, a sound.
I was just going to say.
They were close by to where this was happening. They heard a road such a clatter, if you will. And they run over to find main event Jey Uso getting yeet down by the Judgment Day. And of course, his good buddy Sami Zayn also runs over and breaks this up, setting up for the main event that we discussed at the top of the show.
How often do you see Carlito actually throwing punches in these backstage things? It's usually like the rest of the crew.
Doing a whole lot.
And that's not cool. That's not cool, man. No.
But
Carlito needs to be used more somehow.
He's having fun though. It's not. This isn't probably the most ideal use for Carlito, but he's been a lot of fun in these Judgment Day segments.
It'd be cool to see him, even like do like a chair shot or something like that, or like throw an apple at somebody, something weird. That'd be
right.
I wouldn't say make him the star of the segment, but like make him feel used in the segment.
Yeah, just a little more. Caesar would like more involvement with Carlito, folks.
When's the DSR debut on Raw? We need a debut on Raw.
Some signs out there. But our next match we had this evening, one of the only matches that was plugged going into tonight's Raw. Otis and Akira Tozawa and Xavier Woods taking on the Final Testament.
The Final Rejects. The Yeet Testament. The Final Yeet. Sorry. I'm making up because somebody's not here tonight. He's busy. So.
Well,
to put it plainly, we won't get into it. We'll just say
this is the true reason that CJ couldn't make it tonight is because he didn't want to have to talk about Karrion Kross, and he knew it was going to come up. But yeah, so Karrion Kross actually gets the pinfall here. He and AOP pick up the win in just about 9 minutes.
APA?
No, AOP.
Oh, I thought you said APA. I got excited.
I might have. Last week I called the Rascals the Radicals about 42 times.
Hey, don't worry. Karrion Kross. What's his name again? Karrion Kross.
You say Karrion Claus?
I said Karrion Kross. No, he's not going to see this, but you should be stop being a bitch and unblock me on Twitter. Thank you.
Wow. He doesn't have me blocked, but if he has seen the things I've said about him on the Book of Faith, he would have had me blocked.
All I did was ask him one serious question, and he blocked me.
Did you ask him why he doesn't like bumping?
Yes! It's all I did. I said, besides doing nothing, what do you do on Raw? That was it. I will, if people want proof, I will screenshot it and put on the dirt sheet.
That's a good reason to block you.
Whatever. If he gets a championship run somehow,
then
I won't praise him.
I rag on Kross a lot, and this will be no exception. He just doesn't click on the main roster, and I posed the question tonight online as well about why doesn't it work with him?
It's probably because he got screwed over before and he was the champion for NXT, and Jeff Hardy squashed him in like a minute or two.
That's one a lot of people bring up. Another one is when Adam Cole just decimated him on the mic. That's another one that people point to. But like,
would you almost say that maybe like when he does his promos, he's almost trying too hard?
It just doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel
That's
like
what I'm
natural.
saying. Would you almost say he's got the Damian Priest effect? Like
Maybe.
if he changed something that people would be like, okay, he's still a dick, but we actually want to, watch him
if he
matches.
just went out there and pretended to be Jesse Ventura, that would do it.
Oh no, I got a good one for you. If he took bumps,
Yeah, or if he took bumps.
I'm pretty sure Dirt Sheet Radio is taking more bumps than he has,
Maybe.
and we're podcasters.
He's gonna be so mad at me if he ever hears that.
Dude,
So mad.
if we ever had him on the podcast, I would look at him with a straight face and be like, "So, what do you do on Raw?"
And then he'd block you and he'd leave. Caesar, you have to be nice to wrestlers.
Yeah, but I'll be nice to wrestlers, not him.
But no, this match was
Garbage.
It happened. Like I said, Kross and AOP pick up the win here. So again, setting up for a match next week that they talked about later that will happen. It's going to be Xavier Woods going on one-on-one with Kross.
Not
which
sure
we're
why,
all
though.
looking forward to that. But after the match, we had Chad Gable with the Alpha Academy music come out with the Creed brothers. I guess the new Alpha Academy, which would make Tozawa and Otis and Maxine, I guess the Beta Academy. I'm not sure. But he came out to confront them and bam, breaks down into a brawl. We have the Creeds and Gable throwing down with the Alpha Academy here, or I guess formerly the Alpha Academy. And this summoned the Wyatt Sicks. Gable backing away in fear bumps into Uncle Howdy and eats a Sister Abigail for his trouble. Caesar,
Okay.
What'd you think of the post-match segment here?
I just love how the Creeds think that a bunch of chairs are gonna take these guys out. That's the funniest thing ever, because like they're like, I don't know. And then what is it, Brutus? He's like, "Get out of here, you son of a bitch! Get out of here, you son of a bitch!"
You sons
Over
of
and
bitches.
over.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
you bitches! You sons of bitches!
Well, and when the lights dropped out, USA, of course, decided to kill the sound because the audience started chanting, "You fucked up."
Oh, we got it clear up here in Canada.
Of course you did. Can't wait till we're on Netflix.
I should just like let you watch
No, that's there's a word for that, Caesar. It's called
VPN.
piracy.
It's called VPN. That's what it is. We have a code for that, don't we?
No.
Dirt Sheet Radio VPN code.
But yeah, so we had some physicality here with Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, hitting Chad Gable with Sister Abigail. Caesar, like, do you think this is leading to a proper match at SummerSlam? Like a 6-man tag, or
No, God, no. That would be the dumbest idea ever.
Okay. So you keep the Wyatt Sicks out of matches longer then.
I wouldn't say out of matches. I would say out of matches, but I wouldn't say out of matches. Basically, what I'm saying is like you don't just go and go, "Hey, here's the Wyatt Sicks versus the Creeds on a episode of like main event." Not that kind of.
I thought you were about to say my Sunday Night Heat. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I thought that's what were you really about to say Sunday
No,
Night?
Heat, not Monday. That's Sunday Heat, but Heat. No, like you have to take this
Sunday Night
properly. Oh my God, Yeet Night Heat. No, you can't do this like the typical matches. You have to do something with a spooky aura to it. That's what I'm saying. But in regards to
more
like,
cinematic.
yeah, in regards to the whole Uncle Howdy showing up thing and the way he hit the Sister Abigail and the pose and all that stuff really screamed way too hard of an homage to Bray. It was actually freaky.
Yeah, it got a good pop too. The crowd.
Oh, it was such a great pop.
Very into that moment.
So, yeah, seemed
Well,
interesting.
yeah,
As for a match at SummerSlam,
Think it's gonna be longer before we see like shrew physicality.
but like if they do it, it would have had to have been announced like a few weeks back,
Yeah.
and they would have had to film
Um,
everything before that.
Well, how do you, well, to be fair, we don't know that they're not going to announce it next week, and they haven't already done so.
You never know. Exactly.
They keep things close to the chest. But so moving from there, we had Big Bronson Reed, the meat planet, orbiting his way to the ring. So he was to take on Pete Dunne tonight, and this match never happened because Sheamus came in and knocked the crap out of everybody.
Thank you, Sheamus.
You didn't want to see Pete Dunne and Big Bronson Reed go at it?
Nobody wants to see anyone fighting Bronson Reed. I'd rather see Pete Dunne fight a jobber.
I mean, how do they treat Bronson Reed?
No, an actual jobber. Here's Michael Jimison or Steven Clarkson or some random. Don't go. I don't know. Just go.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just saying, like, I saw a match was on Main Event with Pete Dunne, and that was more entertaining than what this would have been. Bronson Reed is just, yeah. Bye.
So we're gonna jump from there and go back to the backstage. Rhea, anger coming out of Rhea Ripley here. I just want to know from Balor, McDonough, and Carlito, and Dom, what the hell happened with the Jey Uso situation. And Balor said he just went off the rails here. About how he's tired about being disrespected, and he said they'll take care of Sammy and Jay later tonight. They didn't, and He said he's going to face Gunther next week for calling them a joke.
I think Gunther's gonna stomp Finn.
Probably.
Listen, no, Mac. Listen, I know how he was with just Jonah. That was wicked, but that's this Bronson Reed thing. Oof. I just can't. The Bronson Reed thing just is not bringing him anywhere. As Jonah, when he appeared on TNA, he was a force.
Yeah.
Now he just seems like he's there.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. He's there. He's there. He is there week after week. Like, he's on television. It's just, you gotta do something to give him some traction. But
literally anything.
Yeah. But backstage still, Jackie Redmond was interviewing Sheamus and asking what's going on between him and Dunne. And, he said whatever issue Dunne has with him can be easily sorted out over a pint, or they can go to the ring and figure out who the real bruiserweight is. Sounds like we'll be getting some more action between Dunne and Sheamus. And I'm here for it. It's a good little program for them to run.
I still can't believe Sheamus is in his mid to late 40s.
He's a beast. He's been around for a while,
Side note, I love watching his Celtic Warrior workouts. The guests he has on that show.
Pretty fun.
Oh, even if it'll work out, it's just cool to check it out. I've watched the LA Knight one, and the Raquel Rodriguez one. I'm not actually.
Wow,
I'm not a strong fan.
That is such a mean thing to accuse someone of, Mac.
I'm not. I mean, I used to be a fan when he was actually a Forrest Strowman. Now he's just there. No, I watched the LA Knight one. It's pretty cool. The Raquel Rodriguez one, dude, she's a beast. When he was training with her, holy moly! But
oh yeah, she's strong. She is strong.
She's my age, which is funny.
I did not know that.
I think she's maybe a year younger or older, but either way, same boat.
Plus or minus a year. But back to the in-arena area. Rhea Ripley, her music hit, and she pushed and drug Dom to the ring. Got him in the middle of the ring and just grabbed the mic and shouted out to Liv Morgan, "If you want him, come and get him." Felt like the scene from Lord of the Rings. If you want him, come and claim him. But out comes Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan appears behind them.
I thought she was gonna cheap shot Rhea. I actually did.
Instead, she just decides to go up there and jaw from the concourse.
I feel like if this is a Netflix, Liv would be wearing a different outfit.
Probably. It's gonna be a different world with Netflix. But she and Dom go back and forth, and Dom says he's going to tell her something, and she's excited. She says, I think I know what you're going to tell me, and I feel the same way. And
I'm just going to say it now. Dom's a little spoon for both of these women.
Yeah. But Liv is upset, by this. She cries and leaves, and she's so upset by.
Like someone spilt her ice cream, is what she looks like.
Yeah, she is going to go absolutely ballistic now. Probably, we're going to see, the last reel
of the Judgment Day.
You ever seen the movie Single White Female?
Fatal
Attraction. Yeah. Yeah, like that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at the last reel, kind of in those films.
With a lot of ass included.
With tons, yes, that's a big part of the story and the angle here. Clearly,
it's all ass.
Yeah. Whole storyline's ass.
Oh my god. Okay, question for you. When she whispers into his ear, what do you think she said to him?
Do you want to go get some tendies?
I feel like it's either one of two things. One, you could be Big Spoon tonight, or two, something stupid like I broke the toilet.
Yeah, I don't think Dom's gonna stay with Rhea. Rhea's destiny is definitely in the face category, and to do that, she has to be away from Dom. So I agree with that.
Plot twist. I'm saying it right now. Plot twist. I'm saying it right now. SummerSlam, she wins it and drops Dom like a bad habit, and Liv tries to take him, but Liv gets dropped like a bad habit too.
You think so? No, yeah. Dom wouldn't lose all his ladies.
He gets a new lady, Santina Marilla.
Santina. It was Santina Marilla.
As I said, Santina.
Yeah. Oh, I heard Santina. He's over in TNA. He can't do that. But yeah. Again, just furthering the angle here, I think Liv's going to go absolutely ballistic.
She's going to take the whole Judgment Day at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Answer that how you want to, viewers. Answer that how you want to.
No, don't, because we don't want to get canceled, and we have standards and practices that we have to meet. Sorry, folks, my eye, cats, allergies, whole bunch of stuff.
Hey, quick thing for you. Kathy Kelly just posted on Twitter, when you hear Judgment Day having drama, and it's her and R-Truth and catering listening.
Oh my god.
That's
Jesus.
Awesome.
But
why? Because it's R-Truth.
R-Truth is always awesome, and he's at catering. It's good to know that he's around
with
doing
Kathy Kelly, though.
Well, he's got friends. Everybody likes R-Truth.
That's what I'm saying.
But Zelina Vega makes her way out and stops partially up the ramp and is interviewed by Kathy Kelly right ahead of her match with her injured arm all worked up there with the brace.
Did they confirm if it's just a brace? I kind of heard a little bit. Like, is it a brace, or is it like a soft cast?
To me, it looks like a.
It looks like a brace for sure.
Yeah. I think it's mostly I assumed it was for sure. I don't really know how legit that was.
They cannot let them wrestle if that was actually an injury. That would be it's not like illegal.
No. I mean, like even if it is
it's not 1983.
No. I mean, like, yeah, it's kayfabe, sure, but I was just curious if it's like an actual brace, or is it a soft cast? That's all I was getting at.
No, it looks like ace bandages wrapped around a skateboard pad.
That's called an elbow pad?
No. Skateboarding only. No, specifically for skateboarding.
Holy, listen to this guy. Nerd alert.
Right? But Zelina Vega taking on Zoe Stark of the unnamed
the stud line apparently.
The stud line. Yeah, I like the stud line. I think that works.
That sounds
well.
so I don't know.
But surprisingly, Zelina Vega gets the win here in 8 minutes in the
she beat a member of Zoltan.
Zoltan went down. Surprise win here. Caesar, what'd you think of the match, man?
I still can't get past Zoe Starks' stupid hand signal. Zoltan. No, it got us through a little bit of the storyline. I mean, it almost felt like there were times where they were like just hitting stuff just to get through the thing, because they're like, oh, I can't do this move because of my arm. Okay, well, let's try this. Like, there, she fell off. Like, she had to recuperate, and then I have to plan another move. And it's like, it wasn't just like a straightforward, 1v1 one-on-one. So they had to work in the kayfabe injury instead of just going for it. That's Kathy Kelly right there. So, but the Code Red, do you think she hits it the best in WWE? Because in pro wrestling in general, no, I don't think so.
Doesn't Roxanne still work there? Or
Pop Rocks is typically much cleaner, minus the one botched Pop Rock from the Roxanne's way better at it. I assume that once Roxanne Perez takes her rightful place on the main roster, Zelina Vega's probably not going to be using that move.
So, I know this isn't the show to mention this, but I got a question for you, since you are the pro wrestling hipster and the NXT guy, one of. Do you think Roxanne drops the belt at the next defense she has because she's coming up to main? And no?
No, she's not dropping the belt to Thea Hale. As much as I love Thea Hale.
Oh, then God no.
She's wrestling Thea Hale at the Bash. That belt will probably either go on to Julia or Stephanie Backer. It's going to be one of the two. I would assume.
I would say Julia.
Yeah, that was
but I don't know.
That would seem to be the plan, a month or so ago when they were talking about it. But yeah, no, she's definitely not going to drop it to Thea Hale. Again, as much as I love Thea Hale and Chase U,
I wouldn't.
They're not going to do that.
But anyway, back to your favorite grouping, these four lovely young ladies. Yeah, I love Kaden Carter's face right there.
yeah. Caesar, you talked about this a little bit ago. The save here, you mentioned that you liked that they gave Lyra a little more fire.
Yeah, it wasn't just her jumping around, spraying cryo and crap like that. She actually came out and threw hands for a bit. All three of them, they're backing up. Caffeine kicked in. Zelina Vega, rather than just having a little segment. Could this lead to a 3 versus 3, like a 6-woman match down the road?
Yeah,
or like a 4v4?
Do you think? They would need a fourth.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But I mean, I don't know if it's something they would do as soon as next week. I don't really see them being able to fit that on the SummerSlam card. It's getting kind of congested. Yeah, pre-show. Yeah, God,
I wouldn't put this on the main show.
They have a lot of SummerSlam related content over that weekend, so I'm sure they could fit it into a pre-show there.
Yeah, no. I don't know if they'll do a match. I think they're just building it up for like maybe a women's thing at Survivor Series.
Maybe that's a long way to build out, but definitely could be.
I mean, like they're testing the waters, I've been saying. So, yeah, it did what it did. They got some action out of it, both sides. And yeah, at least, like I said, again, to quote myself and paraphrase myself for like the 100th time, at least Lyra, Valkyria got to fight.
Yeah, it's true.
Not just, up here.
Yeah, that's true. But back in the backstage area, we had Xavier Woods demanding from Adam Pearce a match against Karrion Kross next week, which he granted. Drew McIntyre then approached Pearce and said he should have told him that Seth Rollins was going to be made the referee. And Pearce said, hey, if you've got an issue with him being the ref, then you shouldn't have hit refs. Good story. Yeah. That he's basically like, look, Drew said that he and Seth have existing issues, and he doesn't think that's fair, and but he also has issues with Punk, so it's not that unbalanced.
Do you think they'll be able to stay away from each other? I know next week they have the signing, do they not?
Yeah, I mean, that is part of the stipulation. If they have any sort of physical altercation, then the match is off. So yeah, they'll keep them apart. That match is happening at SummerSlam.
I feel like they're gonna try and pull some shit. Like, what's that called? Where someone hits somebody into Punk, but with Drew in front of him, or vice versa. And then one of them goes, "Hey, he didn't hit me technically, so shit's gonna go down." They won't have like even some kind of teaser brawl. It's SummerSlam.
Yeah,
there's gotta be they can't walk out just be like, "Here's the contract, sign it."
Well, is it just that they can't hit one another, or is it that no one can hit Seth either?
They never mentioned that actually.
Yeah. Okay. So if that's the case, there's your physicality next week. I'm tied into Seth.
Yeah, Seth will hit both of them in some weird way, and then be like, "You're welcome."
Yeah. But Jackie Rudman was interviewing Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, the women.
I actually had to do a double take on Isla Dawn because I have never seen her in a white outfit before.
Yeah, she's draped in all black. She was wearing a kind of a European Gothic looking outfit there, but it was white on top.
No judgment, but like I said, you're used to seeing somebody in one look and then just
very changed up.
Yeah.
But interviewing them, talking about their plans to be on SmackDown this week to answer the challenge laid down by Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. They were interrupted by Baszler, Stark, and DeVille. Baszler said that they're running this division on Raw, which, God, heel factions love to say that. So looks like we'll have some sort of future interaction there between them. I mean, obviously, this I can't say pairing, tripling of these three women. Obviously, they would have to have some sort of desire to go after the tag titles. And hell, if they win those, maybe they could freebird roll it,
Please have some inclusion of that rule.
Love
the great.
Love the freebird. But after that, a vignette aired for Gunther. Again, one of these awesome Gunther vignettes, similar to the one they did last week.
Almost like they just added a few things and then said, "Okay, good enough, post it."
Yeah, I mean, they got one more week of hype to get in. It's Gunther just being a dick, but he looks great doing it. He definitely looks like a world champion, that's for sure. But Caesar, that brings us up to the main event that we discussed at the top of the show. Before we hop into our megastars and jobbers of the night, is there anything else from Raw that you would like to touch on?
Well, I'm excited for SummerSlam. I'm curious to see what they'll do with certain storylines next week, and then hopefully all four of us are here to discuss it next week. Since our Final Testament fan should be here next week.
There's just not enough Canadian influence on this show.
No, there's none.
No. We need 66.6%, and we only got
6.
Yeah, 50.
50.
But 50, it's half Canadian. I'm not Canadian, you are. But yes, so that is going to take us into our jobber and megastars of the night. But before we hop into the jobbers and megastars of the night, I would like to give a shout out to one of our sponsors out there, aromatherapy, folks, monk.com. Go check it out. Get yourself some aromatherapy. Calm down. Relax. Find your inner peace. And you can use our promo code DSR10 to get yourself 10% off on that. So head over to monk.com and get that. Folks, we are going to talk about the jobber of the night. The Monday Night Raw Dirt Sheet Radio post-show rewind jobber of the night for July the 22nd, 2024. Caesar, my good friend up to the Great White North there. Who do you have as your jobber of the night?
I'm just going to take the easy way out, only because it's... I don't even know what I was going to say after that. I'm going to Karrion Kross. Why? Because he blocked me. On the Twitter. Yes, on the Twitter.
On the Twitter?
Okay. On the Twitter.
Okay. That's the
because he's. Oh, no! A better reason. What a better reason? I bet you, if DSR Raw went to a Raw, I would take more bumps than him.
There you go.
Put me on main event, Adam Pearce.
Facts.
Put me on main event.
Facts.
I'll bump more than he does. I'll even share a drink with Adam Pearce.
He'd appreciate
I feel like he's a whiskey kind of guy. What do you think?
I could see that, yeah.
Maybe
that feels about right.
Maybe a rum. I don't think he'd be a vodka kind of person.
No, I don't think he's a mixed drink fella.
You know, isn't a mixed drink kind of fella? You with the next jobber.
No.
The pro wrestling hipster.
I wanted to go Kross, but I picked on Karrion Kross quite a bit tonight already. So I won't go with Kross since you did, and I will go with Big Bronson Reed, whose only purpose tonight was to be a backdrop for Pete Dunne and Sheamus. I mean, at least you're on TV, but they're not doing anything with him. He's just going out there to lose. He's kind of serving the role that Nakamura was serving, 4 months ago.
He's the new Shinsuke.
There you go. That's his role, is to just go out there and lose. I can't believe I'm saying it this way. This is such an oxymoron. He goes out there to lose in dominant fashion. That's the best way I can put it.
I hate you for that. I'm trying to picture how to explain that one.
He goes out there. There you go. There's the bump.
He's the best of the worst. There we go.
He's brick shit house, as they used to say. But Big Bronson Reed, his job is to go out there and lose in dominant fashion. That's what he does now. And for that, Bronson Reed is my jobber of the night. Big Bronson Reed. But you know what? That's enough about the jobbers. Let's talk about the megastars of the night for the Dirt Sheet Radio post-show rewind. Megastars of the night. Caesar, my megastar of the night. Oh, that's a fair choice, sir. That's a fair choice. But my megastar of the night is Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is my megastar of the night. Braun Breaker is a star. Got the crazed look. Every segment he's in, he owns. He steals every scene he is a part of. He is brutal. He is dominant. He is the fastest wrestler I've seen in I don't know how long. And he needs to be Intercontinental Champion.
I will say this I'm not saying he is mine, but I will say this to add to your thing. He's actually pretty decent on the mic for promos, in all honesty. Is he gonna start yelling "I'm Big Papa Pump" too soon and have a siren when he walks out?
Hey, maybe he'll teach us some math lessons too. You never know.
Oh God, do we have to go that way?
Hey, we love Steiner math here at DSR. But Caesar, man, who do you have as your megastar tonight?
My megastar of the night is Mac. I'm just kidding. No, if I'm being completely honest, I'm actually gonna give it to the Usi pairing tonight. We got Jay and Sammy. It was cool to see that. We haven't seen that in a little while. I'm not seeing a decade or something, but a little bit of nostalgia is just sprinkled in here and there is kind of cool to see. And yeah, it's interesting because John was saying earlier before we started, or I think it was when we started, does this lead to a tag team belt opportunity?
Well, I mean, they should by all rights. They beat the champs. That's generally the rule of thumb there on that is you beat the champs, you're, not necessarily number one contender, but you have a title shot coming your way. I think they will get that title shot, but I think it's just going to be used, to further a different story. I don't really think it's something where they have a real chance.
Hear me out. So let's say they get the shot. Maybe SummerSlam pre-show, maybe down the road. We don't know when. Okay. Can we please have the two plates these two get? One say Zayn and one say Yeet. Or one say Yeet and one say Usi. Please. Just for the subtle nostalgia, but the cool cross of the two of them. Not Karrion Kross, but the cross. Now sports.
It's all sports. But yeah, so solid choices.
I had to. And now for our sponsors.
We've talked about our sponsors, actually. But, folks, something we do need to talk about before we hop off here for the night. I want y'all to know, while we definitely appreciate that you've tuned in live.
Hell yeah.
If you enjoyed the conversation that Caesar and I have had tonight, you are in luck, because Dirt Sheet Radio isn't just here for Monday Night Raw every week. Dirt Sheet Radio is here 5 nights a week and more, actually. We're here more than 5 nights a week now, guys. We're nonstop. We're here for Monday Night Raw every Monday, of course. Tuesday nights we'll be here for NXT. On Wednesdays, they break down AEW Dynamite.
I love
Thursday nights is made for TNA Impact. Friday nights for SmackDown. Oh my goodness, guys. If you're up late on Wednesdays, you can check it out live, but early on the Thursday mornings, always posted.
Flagship show.
Check that one out. Guys, then we've also got a couple things on Sundays. The 3NT crew is always going live, breaking down the week in professional wrestling. And also on Sundays, and it was this past week, CJ and I had the episode of CJ and Tyler's Level Up Adventure. We had a good time talking about Level Up, and not just Level Up. We also use that show as an opportunity to talk in more depth about some NXT topics and things that we can't really hit on super in depth on the rewinds. But yeah, it's nonstop, guys. It's always going, and you know,
this is why you should follow the page.
Yeah, guys, it's nonstop. There's always stuff going on, and you know, speaking of following the things, Caesar, where can the folks find you and follow you and see you next if they would like to do so, which I'm sure they would.
Oh yeah, they totally love to do that. Well, as always, guys, I'm hanging out with this young gentleman to my
so sweet. Right. He's so sweet. You're so Canadian, being so kind, calling me young. That's awesome. Thanks.
I know. I gotta be polite. Also hanging out here with John as well and CJ every Monday, talking about the Monday Night Raw recap, Yeet cap, and then of course always hanging out on the Wednesday with the boys over there too, sitting down discussing all the things happening in regards to All In, Wembley, Blood and Guts, and everything else happening on the Dynamite recap. And hope you guys come hang out with us on social media. I go by @NoobTube. I name all the platforms, but we don't have that much time to talk about all that kind of crap. We don't want to sit there and talk about that. We want to talk about the gentleman to my right or to your left. He is the one. He is the only. He is the pro wrestling hipster. Go for it.
Yeet. I don't know if I can say it better than that, but Caesar's right. I am Tyler, the pro wrestling hipster. This is Molly, one of the pro wrestling pupsters in the house. But yeah, I'm here every Monday night, as Caesar said, breaking down Raw with him and often CJ and often John back there. And I'm here on Tuesday nights breaking down NXT with TJ. Oh, Molly, calm down. You all right? And Malik on Tuesday nights with us as well. It's always a fun time. And like I said just a moment ago, CJ and I are also doing coverage for NXT Level Up.
Finally.
On the weekends. Yeah, finally. It took us about a month to get it together and going, but it was worth the wait, guys. It's a lot of fun. We always have a good time on that. I say always. We've done one show, but we had a great time. So I guess I'm telling the truth. We always have a good time on that show. And of course, if you want to see me on the socials, it's @PWHipster on Instagram and Twitter. But I really only use Twitter to get pictures for memes and updates. Sorry, guys. You can find me over on Facebook, aka the Book of Face, Yeet Book, and that's me as the Pro Wrestling Hipster. I get to be the Pro Wrestling Hipster on Facebook. There's lots of memes, some hot takes. You can watch people call me a moron and tell me they're not going to watch stuff that I'm involved in, but they do anyway. But hey, that is that, folks. We again want to thank you all for tuning in live.